Greetings, everyone. Core here, and unfortunately, it's not that time of the week because I am late on this review. This review is going to be put out a couple days later. It's Saturday for me. Probably you'll probably be seeing it Saturday night, if not later on the days after. But the reason I wasn't able to do a midnight review, of course, the movie I'm talking about is Tomorrowland. Is that most of the theaters around me didn't have a midnight showing or even like an earlier showing, like at 10 o'clock or something like that. So that's why I kind of waited. I mean, I could have saw it yesterday, but unfortunately, I'm switching jobs right now, and I just switched over, so it's making my time a little difficult. So yeah, that's something else. But pretty much the reason I'm still doing this review is that this movie needs a review. The reason it needs a review is because Rotten Tomatoes has it right now at a 49% for critics, and that's bullshit. It is definitely not a 49% movie, considering they gave, Mad Max a 98, 97, which, granted, I mean, I love Mad Max. Mad Max, amazing movie, but for critics to rate an action movie that high, uh, that's, Mad Max is pure and simple an action movie. There's nothing wrong about it. It's a great action movie. There's very minimal story, and it's all visuals. They show instead of tell. Where with this one, they show and they tell, and the acting was really well done in Tomorrowland. I mean, granted, it was, it was good for, Mad Max. For some reason, though, with Mad Max, of course, with Tom Hardy, every time I heard him talk, I heard a little Bane to it, but that's just me. Um, but yeah, it's like, how do they rate this action movie, which no other action movie has gotten this high of a rating before from critics on Rotten Tomato? Uh, and I say it's an action movie because it is an action movie. There's nothing else to it. It's not too deep or philosophical or anything like that. Where with Tomorrowland, it is a Disney movie, but they actually go for a more intense, make you want to think kind of movie. It's one of those movies where it kind of gets you. I mean, yeah, it's still fun. It's visually appeasing. There's the acting alone is worth the movie. Um, George Clooney plays this grumpy old man, which he plays as a grumpy old man. He reminds me of kind of the grandpa from Up, or the old man from Up, I should say. Um, and the young girl. Oh my god, I forgot her name. Uh, sorry. Casey. Casey. I knew it was a C. She does a really good job in this role. Her role, I mean, especially the writing. The writing really helped these characters. Casey, you know, she's not this downtrodden, rebelling against her father or anything like that. Granted, some of the tendencies she does seem like it, but it seems like it because we're used to those cliches, and those cliches aren't always true because they are cliches. There's always exceptions to every rule, pretty much. Um, so it's interesting to see that because, like I said, the writing is amazing. Her character is definitely a character that you don't see too often. She's smart, witty, gullible at times. Still needs, she could save herself, but also she needs some saving every now and then when, she bites off more than she could chew. And the acting that she does is really, it fits it. She's perfect for it. Granted, I haven't seen her in anything else she's done. She has done some other movies before, and I've probably seen or didn't really notice her because the writing, like I said, is really good for Tomorrowland, and that's saying a lot because who would have thought a movie about a Disneyland attraction would make you think and have good writing, great acting, visuals were pretty nice and, very pleasing, appeasing. So it's definitely something to go see. I'm hoping it does good this weekend. I don't think it will because the movie theater I went to was kind of packed, but kind of not. I'm hoping they do well enough. But yeah, and then also too, it's directed by Brad Bird, who has done lots of great things, especially for Disney. Um, George Clooney plays the grumpy old man, like I said. He does a good job at it, and then he also has some good moments later on. I'm trying not to spoil it too much. Also, the other young lady, Athena, I believe, um, she does a really well job too. I mean, like I said, it's for acting and actresses and actors. It's hard to find good young actors. Granted, now it seems like that's kind of been popping up more and more because there's more younger movies being made, so they need younger actors to step up, and these actors are doing very well. Especially, like I said, Athena, she does a really great job in this movie, and it's very impressive for her girl of her age. I haven't seen acting. I mean, she does play kind of a stiff personality, but she plays it well, and she does really quick whips and stuff like that. Um, the last great acting I've seen from a child actor is probably uh, a girl from True Grit, Seinfeld, I believe, or Seinfeld was her last name. She did a really great job. Granted, that movie focused on her more than in this one because there's three main stars pretty much. Well, four if we count Hugh Laurie, but he's not in as much as the other three. I mean, how even George Clooney isn't on as much as the others. It's really about mostly Casey, and she does a great job. You know, the writing, I can't say enough about the writing. The writing was very good. Um, the reason I wanted to make this review is because the critics' review on Rotten Tomatoes right now is at 48%, and that is bullshit. That's why I had that little tirade about they rated Mad Max, 90 something, where that's strictly an action movie, and action movies usually never get that high. Even Avengers, I think, got an 89 sitting at right now. And I think, I mean, from some of the reviews I read, they said the story, or the pacing, the plot, and stuff like that is very, you know, it's good at the start, but then it, runs out later on. And I think that's bullshit because the pacing is great. There's some slow moments here and there, but they're not too long. There's some nice little, action scenes, scenes, that they pick up the pace. The visuals are really, great to look at, like I said. It's pretty innovative. I like the theme of the movie. The theme of the movie is keep going forward, always be a dreamer. Always go forward, never backwards. Always strive for the best and try to better humanity. And that's great. I love that. That whole thing, that whole meaning, or how it's just a good model, I guess you could live by. Keep moving forward, and that's the whole thing with Tomorrowland. Is it's Tomorrowland. To get to tomorrow, you must continue today, and get to tomorrow. And why not help humanity along the way? So that's why this movie, I really like it, because it gives that embodiment. It makes people think. It makes you question certain things. And there's a nice little speech later on that kind of you wouldn't see in a Disney movie because it brings up a lot of current events going on. Granted, it is pretty short, and they do make it a little vague, but they do bring up some good points that they brought up, first of all, in a Disney movie about a theme park attraction, which is like you would think they would play more safe, but they actually go out there and try to, they click something in your head. Because when I was listening to him when he was doing his speech, it's like, did they really just mention that? Because I'm surprised. Disney, is getting a lot more bolder with their decisions and their writing. I don't know if maybe they slipped it in there and they didn't notice it, or they're getting really lax and trying to, you know, better humanity. So they brought a nice, you know, monologue kind of towards the end that's really great. Um, but yeah, I cannot not recommend this movie. uh, any more than the critics. Like I said, the critics complete bullshit. Don't read any of the reviews. Go see the movie. Um, if you pay attention half the time, you'll pretty much understand what's going on in the movie, and it's pretty cool. Some of the stuff. I'm very big on technology, and I like little gadgets and stuff like that. I'm a jack of all trades, so some of the stuff that they mentioned and everything kind of made me smile. And there's some good little cameos in there, uh, about different things. But yeah, definitely go see this movie if you have the chance for this Memorial Day weekend. It's great. You'll love it. I think kids might even get a kick out of it. Probably a little older kids, probably not like younger kids, probably like 10 and up. It might make them, question things, think outside the box a little bit, because it is definitely one of those movies that kind of makes you think, and I like those movies. Um, so yeah, so like I said, nothing too much. The next movie, shit. What's the next movie? Next movie. I have a list of, and I forgot it. Oh my god, my internet's being slow. Okay, so until next time. Until next time, guys. Later. And now my phone works. What's the next? I'm not seeing San Andreas. I actually might see Entourage just because the trailer kind of hooked me in when I went to go see it for Mad Max. So maybe. Besides that, I really don't have anything planned until Jurassic World, June 12th. So, until next time, guys. Later.